Hello guys, I'm AnimeUpRise. How's it going? Today we're doing another video, and this time it's about culture shock. Culture shock, Japan. Well, actually it's more going to be on the Canadian side, the returning side, the reverse culture shock, if you will. I'm going to talk about the Japan part at the beginning too, since it is called Culture Shock Japan. So I will have to mention something about Japan to keep the title the way it is. Let's get into the Japan part. Let's go back all the way to the 2nd of July. First of all, when I got off that plane, I was hit with a major heat wave. The plane was so cool. It was all right. Then I walked out of the plane. I was like, I'm gonna die. But no, seriously, the heat was like, it was killer. Like, Now most people complain about stuff, like, you know, with the shoes taken off. Actually, I did that before I came here, so my house was kind of like, take your shoes out of the door, don't walk in with the shoes on. So it was still kind of normal for me to take my shoes off at the beginning of the door. But the thing is, with the little step-in thing, well, actually it didn't bother me either. Really, everything was just fine. And at the house I was staying at, didn't really wear slippers. And at the school, the slipper thing was kind of weird. I never got used to that one. So I just didn't wear any slippers. But, yeah, whatever. Like, slippers are a thing I don't like to use. Like, when I went to like a cat cafe, you had to use slippers, and they're like slippers that are like way too small for me, and it was like really weird trying to walk in them. It was like, get bigger slippers! There was the itakimasu and gochou-sama deshita. Those, like, you say like itakimasu for a meal, and there's gochou-sama deshita at the end of a meal. It took me 3 weeks. 3 weeks to get used to that. At every meal I was like, I forgot to say it. Then I'd be like, oh no. But I would say like gochou-sama deshita at the end of the meal, so I'd be like, okay. Maybe that redeemed myself. But for the first 2 weeks, it was like that. Like, I couldn't get it right. But at the 3rd week, I was like, okay, I got it now. I got into the rule of things. I was saying it, and like when I didn't say it the first 3 weeks, I would get some weird looks. I'd be like, oh, well, sometimes people look at me, but sometimes they'll be like, oh, it's just a foreigner, just a foreigner. Again, it's not a big deal. But some of those, that's like really the only things that were really felt for culture shock. The sleeping times. Actually, let's talk about jet lag for a second. I didn't get jet lag when I went there. Since the reason why is because I already had a very poor sleep schedule. I would go to sleep like around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock before I left. Like, I'd be like awake at 2 in the morning, be like, okay, yeah, every day. And then like on the day before I left, I stayed up 24 hours. So I didn't really receive any jet lag from when I came there. So I was still, well, I was surprisingly, like, my friends were all complaining about jet lag and everything. I was like, oh, it didn't really affect me all that much. Surprisingly, since I live all the way in Canada. But hey, that was good. But when I came back to Canada, this is where we get into the Canada part. This is where we are getting to the stuff that reverse culture shock is mainly the part for me. Here's where, like, I spent this majority of the video talking about Japan, but now I'm going to talk about Canada, because this is the more interesting part of this video, if you want to be honest with me. But yeah, so when I came back to Canada, I'm gonna talk about jet lag first, because jet lag was terrible. I came back, it's still terrible. My clock is still, my internal clock is still messed the frick up. Like, I'm up until 5 a.m., which is in Canada, which is like 7 o'clock in their country. And I go to sleep, I go to sleep at 5, then I wake up at 2, which is 6 a.m. in the morning. So I wake up the same time I would usually wake up in Japan. So my cycle really hasn't adjusted back to Canada. I'm still working on that time, so I get really wide awake at 10 o'clock. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm average, and all of a sudden, boom! I get hit with an energy boost that lasts me till 5 a.m. in the morning, and I can't go to sleep. It's kind of bugging me quite a bit, actually. I just want to sleep, but I can't because I got so much energy, which is why I'm making this video right now. But anyways, say jet lag, and my internal clock is still messed up from the trip, and I just can't adapt to the time. And next we have a thing. Now I didn't mention that people don't usually drink when they're, well, at least I've noticed, like after all I've seen at home or my host family, like no one ever really drank when they eat except for me, because honestly, I was thirsty, and but sometimes they would, but like again, I don't think that's a culture thing. But I never really, I heard about that was like something they didn't do. They don't drink when they eat, but I'm not sure. Drinking when eating, talking when eating. No one talks when they eat. Well, that's table manners. But over here, people talk when they eat. Like when they're eating, when they're chewing, they talk, and it's bugs me a little bit. That's just me though. Like it's always bothered me. I don't know why I'm talking about this. Now back to the Japan thing. No, can't reverse culture shock thing. So yeah, everything's different. Like everyone, okay, not to be mean to Japanese people or Asian people or from Eastern people. Everyone kind of looked the same. Like they had the same model. So when I was in Japan, like I used to look at that, like everyone was kind of the same except for me because I'm foreigner. Everyone was kind of like their own thing. I was like, oh okay, yeah. Foreigners really stuck out because like again we're different. We're all different and all different types of things. So I would always notice foreigners. But when I got back to Canada, I was like, oh. Everyone is different. It was a sight to behold, and I was like, wow, this is different. This is really different. It's really different. And now, for the fact that I've been eating way more healthy than I have been in my entire life since when I was in Japan, I was eating way more healthy than I was before. When I got back here, I was exposed to more greasy foods again. What am I tell you now? My whole appetite changed. My whole everything changed. Like a lot of things changed about me that I didn't think would change in that amount of time. First of all, I don't like greasy food as much as I did before. Second of all, I prefer more vegetables than rice. I don't know why I like rice more now. Like honestly, before I liked rice. Like again, I liked rice. Like I usually make it for lunch or something because I was hungry for rice. But for dinner, I never have it. But then when I was in Japan, rice was every meal pretty much. Like it was always rice. Like I'm not kidding. It's always rice. But I like rice though, so it never bothered me. I love rice. It's great stuff. But I love rice more, but it's different because like now I don't eat rice in my meals. I'm eating more one thing. Like there's one main dish is the thing. Before in Japan we have some rice, then like the main dish. Maybe something else like a miso soup or something, but not all the time. But so yeah, the dinner stuff has changed. And basically the heat, like readapting to the heat again, because like before it was freaking hot. When I came back, I was cold. I was like, it's like plus 20, and I was like, okay, it's pretty cold. Why am I cold? Like it was always like plus 30 in Japan or something like that. Like I'm pretty sure it's always in the 30s, 35, 30. Yeah, I heard one day somewhere in Japan it was like plus 40 in Celsius. But I was like, damn, man. Anyways, I don't think there's anything else. Like again, the jet lag and my taste changing, and honestly, everything changed about me. I ate more healthy now. I ate less. Like I can't eat as much as I could before. Now, the thing about me, I adjust really quickly, except for the itadakimasu and the gochu-sama deshita thing. But we'll forget about that because I don't want to remember that embarrassingness. But yeah, so I adapt quickly, but readapting is a different story. So it's like I'm having trouble readapting to things. So it's a problem. But I'll do it somehow. Anyways, this video is way too long. I've been rambling on way too much. Yeah, this is Japan culture shock thing. I experienced a lot of different things, and then I re-experienced a lot of the same, be introduced to a lot of the same stuff I knew in my life, but it's different because I've adapted to how they live over there. Like, I just finished adapting before I left. Should have stayed longer. Huh. I wish I could have. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe. That's the end of the video today, so hit the notification bell if you haven't already. And, so you can stay notified for future videos, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. See you later, everyone. Bye.